Hear you. I do not consent. I'll never
You
consent.
hit the wrong button then.
Hello and welcome to the season finale. Is this the season finale?
This is the
Season, yep.
The season finale. I'm here with my co-host as usual. Who do we have here? Melly.
Hi.
Let the people know who you are.
Hey, people.
Talia.
Hey y'all.
And last but not least, Danny.
Hey, everybody.
Hello. So, as I mentioned before, this is our season 1 finale. We have seasons. Yes, we have seasons. So, thanks for riding with us. We did 25 episodes. This is our 25th episode.
Plus the 4 bonus ones.
Yes. And then we'll be back in September with brand new content. And we'll stay in touch via social media with some cool stuff. And you'll see, maybe since the TikTokers aren't doing anything, maybe we'll make up our own. No. But while we're on hiatus, just catch up on our episodes. We are on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts, and of course, YouTube. Remember to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Okay? All right. So if you could do that for us, that would be great. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Oh, you act like you were surprised by the question. It's on there. Fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's literally on the paper that we're on.
Were you not ready for that one?
Came out of nowhere with that. Yo, it's summer break.
My brain is on break.
Exactly. It turns off that fast.
I'm sorry for y'all.
It was
I feel
shocking.
so sorry for your life, but it is summer break for teachers. And man,
As soon as the time, as
Your
soon as they
brain
were
shuts
gone,
off?
I was gone.
Yeah.
As soon as I said bye-bye to the last one, bye-bye.
Bye.
like I don't even know what today is, and I love it.
I can't wait. I love
Do
that.
you know what today is?
I don't.
I know.
I don't. Is it Tuesday? Is it Friday? I don't know.
Really don't know. Doesn't
That's
matter.
awesome.
Doesn't
You
matter.
don't have any sense of time or
No,
wake
space.
up
nothing
when
to
I
do.
want to.
Nothing work related to do. That's great.
Yeah. I have to look at the clock to know the time. I can use the bathroom whenever I want to. It's fantastic.
It's the little things.
It is the little things.
Reckless
It's the little
peeing.
things.
That's what I call it. Reckless peeing.
Well, let's get into our episode, guys. On that note,
Guys. So today we will be recapping and sharing our thoughts on Mary J. Blige's new documentary, My Life, which premiered on
Yes.
June 25th and is streaming on Prime Video. So this was very exciting. I didn't even know it was coming until Talia brought it up. But Mary has always been an important figure, especially for Generation X and early millennials. So for many of her fans, her music provided like a soundtrack for our formative years, first loves, first heartbreaks, first cars, first times, LOL.
LOL.
You know,
First battles with depression.
everything.
Okay.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that. So Mary kept it very real in her music.
That
you could
extremely.
Yes, you could feel what she was dealing with and going through her music.
Anybody that writes a song called I Just Want to Be Happy.
Exactly. All I really want is to be happy.
That's all
And
I
you know,
want.
I found myself like really
your first bout
dissecting
with
those lyrics.
Yeah.
This weekend, I'm like, damn, like I really found myself dissecting lyrics this weekend,
Yeah.
listening to Mary. I'm like, damn, man, she was going through it, and we were just like,
But even like in the ad lib,
she was
right?
going the boom, boom, boom.
He
We just
says-
and she really was
he
going
says,
through it.
I said I want to be happy if it's all right with you. Then it must be all
Mm-hmm.
right with me. So even in her quest for happiness, she's like,
Yes.
"Hey," like
Looking
she's
for
looking for
approval.
permission,
Yes.
permission to be happy. That's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like the last part? Like other than the chorus, I think that's how
Yeah.
she closes out that song.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's her last ad-lib.
And then
Just
some
put
people on this
depression
podcast
beats.
performed it at the school talent show.
We did.
Some of the people on here.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes, went down to Scratch
How
Records.
can I-
Times. Good down. Scratch Records. Shout out to Scratch
Shout out to
Records.
Scratch Records.
Oh,
the
Scratch
Irvington.
Records.
We went to Scratch Records. We got the LP, the 45, the EP. What is it called? Right?
Was it on the LP?
It was.
We didn't get the records.
It wasn't. It was the record.
We
No,
We got the
it
record.
was the tape.
No, I thought it was the record. Maybe
I
it
don't
was
think
the
Oh,
single.
we might have gotten a record for
I think we
DJ Ran.
did. I think we did because we had to give it to D. Shout out to DJ.
Shout out to DJ Ran.
Irvington Hot Parties.
Let me tell you something. Those
Rising
DJ
in the
Ran
dark.
mixtapes,
Were
They were-
awesome.
they were our stuff in the car.
And they were catered to me. I remember he did one for my birthday and he knew I liked the Brat. He knew I liked certain songs.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. What's that song?
Memories.
By the
Brings back good
What's that
memories.
one?
Brings back good memories.
boom.
At least it brought back good memories. It brings back good memories for us in a way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much for Mary after watching the documentary.
Yeah, so y'all want to get into it? Y'all want to talk about
Yeah,
some of the
let's-
things that we found? Like, I don't know what kind of order we want to go in.
Let's start from the beginning because she was singing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was surprised when no, we won't start with the singing because we can start.
When she was singing congratulations.
No, we're not gonna start.
Oh, that's
our favorite.
I knew all of us were gonna
Collective
write that
favorite
down.
song
'Cause we were. I
and
was like,
video from
the
the
fact-
80s.
Now, didn't you feel like when I heard her singing congratulations, I was like, damn, Mary really is my friend in my head because she
Right.
understands. Like she knew, she understood, right?
Yep.
Like
that would have been my
we
song.
talked about congratulations on this show several times.
Yes, we
The
have.
fact that she picked,
Congratulations off the show, like just like it's
All the
crazy.
time.
Like the fact
All
that
the
she was singing that, I was like, and I wrote it down. I was like, she's singing congratulations.
the fact that she's singing it speaks to her mindset
It
at the time.
does. It does.
Drama,
What does it say about our mindset?
dramatics.
Dramatics. I keep telling y'all, she recorded that video with her pocketbook on her shoulder. Like she really was walking around singing with her little chain bag hanging off her shoulder. That's how you know shit is real.
I feel like Congratulations, the video sums up BET completely. Like if you needed one piece of archival evidence for, what BET is, you just pull out Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And that's it. And that covers the whole thing, the gamut.
But Mary was on it. The fact that she
Mary
sang
was on
that,
it.
and that was her song that she chose. I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, let's
Mhm.
I
do
was,
it.
I was also impressed with Andre Harrell
She
said
gets
she
it.
sang the whole album, the whole Anita Baker album,
Yeah,
the
Yes.
Rapture album. She
In the
sang the whole
project.
thing in her living room,
yeah.
In the projects.
the whole
Um,
album.
But that's my
Yeah.
life too. When I tell you, I know every single hubba bubba that Anita Baker does on that Caught Up in the Rapture tape, man.
Every time I think of Rapture, I
Like
think of
me
karaoke.
and Londi Reynolds. Shout out to Londi Reynolds. Her mom used to play that Anita Baker Rapture until the tape popped. And we had all of those songs, and to the point where I was trying to get my mother to let me go on what was the lip syncing show? Was it
Putting on the
Hits?
hits.
I was trying to, and because I had her sways and her rocks and everything from the video, and I wanted to do it. And I said we could set up the candles, right? Right? Could you imagine? What was I, like 9?
How old were you?
Caught up in the
You
Rapture
said
song.
9. I just think of
song. But what do we know? But that's how like transcendent music is when it's good. It
Mhm.
touches your soul. Like, and a 10-year-old can understand what a grown woman like Anita Baker is going through.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sweet love.
Yes.
You can
Yes.
at least understand the emotions, even if
Know
you don't understand
anything
what's being
about
Right.
said.
You understand what they singing about.
And so, and who said when they were speaking about Mary's music, they made a comment to the effect that her music, like that sound, captured the pain of an entire generation or something like that. I wrote that
Yeah.
Yes,
quote.
it
I don't
was
know if it
Diddy.
was Diddy. I
I
think
think it
Diddy.
was Diddy.
Who
Love.
said
It
it?
was Love.
Yeah, one
That's
of
his
them.
name. No, that's his name.
No,
Love. Diddy.
love.
No,
That's his
one of,
new
it was
name.
that. I don't know if it was
No, it was
Diddy
Melissa,
or was it
Diddy's
Jeffrey.
name
Andre?
It was
is
No,
Love.
I
Jeffrey.
know. I didn't mean
Jeffrey.
him. Sharice, I know he's Love now. I didn't know if it was him or Andre
That's
Harrell.
his new name?
Yeah, his
Who's
new name is
Love?
Love. So was it
Whose
Diddy
name
or was
is
it
Love?
Andre? I'm not paying Diddy no
Whose
attention.
name is Love?
Diddy changed his name to Love, but I'm not acknowledging that because it's too much. It's too many changes.
Wait, what?
Pick one name.
Wait,
Love
what
is
is that?
I can't keep up. I'm too grown for this.
Sean Love Combs. I like it. Shout out to Diddy. Diddy, if you're watching and listening, I'm here for it. But it was actually Jeff Red who said it. Jeff Red said,
Thank
when
you.
I hear her voice, I hear the pain of a generation. Yeah.
Yes. Jeff Red.
Who
Do
knew
y'all
that
know
Jeff Red was in them streets like that?
exactly? Y'all know Jeff Red, right?
You called and told
Told
me
me
that
that you
you
wanted to
wanted to
leave.
leave. Yeah.
That's a damn.
And you know Big Bug. Big Bug was in the documentary too. He was in
Yes.
Today.
I am the B-I-G, the B, the B-U double B-A. I am the lead singer of the group
The group
Today.
Today.
Yes.
Yes. I never forget they have that hit on the House Party soundtrack. Big
Why
Bug.
you getting funky on me?
Me,
Tell
tell me why you getting funky on me? Yes. I might as
Nice.
well go to sleep on a block of ice.
Word life. Thought you was sugar.
Okay, wait a second. Wait. I'm reading more. So he did not. It was a joke that he posted. He didn't legally change it, but he wants to be called Love.
Diddy.
It's a preference.
It's a preference.
It's for preference.
I'll call
It's
him
too
Love.
much.
Listen, anybody here and anybody out there listening, you want me to call you something else, baby? I will call you whatever you want to be called.
I respect it.
Whatever it
I
is.
will call you what you introduced yourself as on the first day that I met you.
Melly, I don't know if that flies right now.
I don't think that
but
You're
flies.
gonna have to get with it.
I don't think that's gonna
Melly
work.
be acting like a
It's
old
too much.
person,
And if
though.
it's summertime, it's a lot of work. My brain. Listen, I can barely get listen. You've already witnessed. I can barely get the words out in any language at this point. I'm merging two languages when I say words. It comes out crazy.
You can't keep up with names. Just call people baby.
I'm just gonna call you
Yeah.
baby, honey.
Yeah,
Although sometimes I
like,
feel like that could
sweetheart,
be a little
baby.
sweetie.
Mhm.
I call my kids dudes. Dude, what are you doing? I call them dude.
Mind you, guys, she teaches kindergarten. That's hilarious to me.
I call the little just all of them, dude. What are you
Bro.
doing?
Bruh.
Bro.
Bruh.
Say
Bruh. I call my
Bruh.
students gumdrops because I wanted to find a
Yes.
gender neutral way to address them.
Gumdrops is
Yes.
cute
I
though.
found myself saying, guys. So then I looked up a list and we went through the list together,
Gumdrops.
and we decided
I like gumdrops. How do you say gumdrops in Spanish?
Can't help you with
Mm.
that.
That's where
Siri?
dulcecitos.
I
Dulcecitos.
got an
little
iPhone. Hey
candies.
Siri,
Candies. My little candies.
how do you say
Dulcecitos.
gumdrops in Spanish?
It's not gonna be no translation for it.
In Spanish, gumdrops is gomas gotas.
Gomas gotas.
No.
Okay.
Gomas
Well,
That's
what
the
about
literal
Mary?
translation of gumdrops.
Listen,
What about Mary? Remember that
Yeah.
movie?
We're always on these
What about-
tangents.
so I think,
What about
and I
what
love
happened
the
to Mary?
fact that she titled this "My Life" because I don't know how y'all feel about it, but to me, my life was like her opus. Like there was nothing better that came before it, and there was nothing better after it. It was such an
What's
essence.
the 411 was really good.
It was
So
great.
for
But
that,
here's the
for my
thing.
life to be
Yes.
better,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the 411 was fire. Like,
But
It
I
was.
think that Diddy was on a mission because they had already put in his head the second album, Curse,
Cannot be as good as the first,
Uh-huh.
right?
could not be as good as the first. And I think he was like, oh, hell no. Like, I think they planted that seed and he's like, that's not going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he went above and beyond for this album to be. And I also feel where she was in her life.
Mhm.
yeah,
Like, I think
Well, remember he talked about how they were both in the studio crying,
crying.
heartbroken
crying over broke
Mhm.
songs together. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was so good to see them. Remember they had that riff? What was it about? Remember they didn't speak?
I don't
or
know.
weren't
There
working
was a
together?
time that they weren't speaking, and she went off, and you could tell that the albums weren't as
It wasn't the same. And then
It
they
wasn't
got
the
back
same.
together for another one, right?
I
Was
think
Mm,
did they do a My Life too or Share My World? What did they get?
maybe a single or two or something. And I don't think they've ever done an album again.
Really? I thought they did.
R&D, can you look it up?
You don't think they've ever done another album together?
After My Life?
I don't think so.
No, I think there was. I think it was the one where she did when she remade
Dancery.
no, it was not. Please, no.
It was the one
Let's
where
get it.
she did
Let's
Let
get
No Man Put Us Under. Remember she did that remake?
But I don't think. No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I'm gonna say no.
Roxy will let us know.
I just found something back
Did you-
from. This is from
R&D
2003.
part
She
2.
says she blames herself for the split.
Oh,
I don't see
That
them
she
about
was
to do
a
another
mess.
whole album together.
okay.
She said he was a mess. She says she was a mess. And she knows it. Let me see. It's a lot, but it basically, like, I think the gist says, I was a mess on drugs. Any smart man or businessman would have moved away from me.
Oh.
So at that time,
Let's get
and that
it.
made me sad. That was sad. Like the substance abuse stuff and the alcohol, like he was really
To
going
numb
through
the pain.
to numb the
Numb the,
It was
when you
time.
don't deal with the trauma, I feel like, and I was talking about this before we started. I just feel like Black people, particularly Black women, we're all dealing with like some type of PTSD.
Yeah.
And we don't have any, now people are starting to talk about mental health and what you can do. And, people are starting to be more vocal and talk about it. But, all of the Tina Turner documentary, she never dealt with her, PTSD.
Yeah.
She tried to, she was meditating, but like at the end of it, it didn't sound at all like she was a happy person.
Yeah.
You got Aretha Franklin, who dealt with a lot of stuff, a lot of crap. And, I just feel like to achieve these great heights or whatever, to still be able to do this stuff and, just have these issues and PTSD. And I just.
So the Love and Life album, he did help produce that one.
Love and Life. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do all of it?
Yeah, he's listed as an executive producer on the album.
Okay.
Along with
What year was that?
2003 it was released.
That's when this article
2003.
that's when she talks about the decision, their split and why that happened. And
What
that
songs were on that?
she was
That's what
happy
I'm
to
looking
be
at now.
reconnected. I think what was on there?
I don't know.
Now I want to know.
I'm looking at it and listen,
Oh my God,
I'm gonna be
couldn't tell
honest,
you.
y'all. After like what was it, the album with Share My World on it, I was like,
I fell off.
With
And-
Nas?
Fell off a little bit.
After Share My World, it was like singles for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
go
even
back.
Share My World, you could feel the difference from My Life to Share My World. But I still, Share My World was still, but after that, I feel like it changed. And maybe that's the change in producers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where she was, if she's
Where
talking about
she
she was
was
in a
in
certain
her
I
place.
don't think I know any of these songs on Love and Life by title.
Yeah. I'm looking at it and I got nothing.
I definitely don't. I would have to listen to them to see.
I would
if
have
I
to
know.
listen to the song.
I'm gonna go back and revisit. I'm going to go back and revisit Mary's catalog. I I wish
Yeah, I have to look at the things that I'm not familiar with,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Because I listened to
So,
my life for the last 48 hours since I watched the
The
documentary.
documentary.
But
I did my life. I did the 411. I did the remixes. I did some singles.
to Sharice's point about all of the experiences that these women have gone through, I remember in the documentary at one point, which I don't know why it stuck with me. Maybe it's because of where I am in my life, but Mary was saying that she went, like, as she was traveling through her journey, she said, I didn't know that I was me. And I'm like, and she's like, I didn't realize that I was already the person who I am right now. I've reached this level, and it didn't dawn on me at the time that I was capable of doing what I've managed to accomplish. And I feel like
Mhm.
if we could all, like, not that I want to know like the future, but if we could all act like realize the greatness that we all have, right? And stop trying to be what everybody else is. And I think that's what helped her be as successful as she was, is it was just real. And we talked about that off mic, right? How she was, and they talked about it in the documentary, how she was like that first person that, memory that we could remember that had that realness, female R&B artist, right?
Mhm.
She wasn't, polished, right? She didn't have to put on a persona. Like, what we saw was her.
was her. Yes.
Mhm.
She wasn't playing a role. She wasn't, putting on for the, like, it was just her. And
Mhm.
people appreciate that realness. And appreciate the fact that you could, you talk about being your authentic self and living your authentic life. Like, she was doing that back in the 90s and teaching us.
Right.
Mhm.
And if you can really see it when you look at the interview clips that they played, right? Because
Oh,
you could
that
see
one?
That
when she
one with her
wasn't feeling
face.
somebody,
Mhm.
you could
You're
see
gonna
it.
know it.
She was like,
But I
Even
can't.
when
I
she went on
can't
that,
explain it to you. You wouldn't get it.
exactly. Like we not from the same place. You don't
She was like, I
understand. I'm
must
not
not
from
have
the same
liked
place
her.
as you. Yes. She was like, I could tell by the face I'm making. I
No,
wasn't.
the way she did, you could just, it changes. It changed, right? It started off one way and then
Even when she went on that other show and they brought up what
oh
Casey had
Lord, the
said,
clip with,
She said,
she
I'm
was like,
disgusted.
I don't want to
she
talk
was
about
like,
that. I
I'm
was like,
disgusted.
yeah. She was like, I'm disgusted. I'm not gonna talk
That was
about that.
crazy.
That was crazy.
But then when she went on Teen Summit, she was comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very right, very
Yeah.
comfortable.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
And I
Remember Teen
appreciate
Summit?
her not
Shout out to Teen Summit.
because I feel like we're taught to, like, grin and smile through situations that,
But she
and a
didn't
lot
have
of,
that.
yeah, but a lot
No.
of that comes from,
Because that wasn't her coping mechanism. Wasn't a grin and a smile.
No.
Her coping mechanism
Was
was the
to be
shutdown,
defensive.
like
Mm-hmm.
defensive, hard,
Shut down.
shut
did you
Mm-hmm.
down.
say she didn't
So
smile?
you
She
could see
stopped
it in the picture.
smiling.
She stopped smiling
That's
because
crazy.
she,
to me.
again, the her life, like the way what she'd seen, what she saw growing up, like the things that happened to her. So that's what made her that hard exterior, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that's what I think people gravitated to her, right? Because it was during the time that, again, there was someone out there who we could relate to because of where we were growing up and the things we saw growing up, right? And the things in our environment, in our neighborhood. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it made her more relatable.
Yeah, I mean,
Shoot, I would.
she was letting out those things that we didn't talk about, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
were smiling through it all, right? Everything's good, having a good time, but there were
Mm-hmm.
other feelings there. So she could sing about them. You could listen to it and relate, and have
Mm-hmm.
that time just listening to the music and relating to it on your own without letting everybody else know what you were really going through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know somebody asked me why back in the day, why are you smiling all the time? Why are you always laughing?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the issues I think that people asked us in general in high
Why are
school.
you always laughing?
Why
Why are you
y'all
always
always
smiling?
laughing? Why
Yeah.
it's so funny?
And I mean, at the time, I couldn't understand how that. Actually, this documentary helped me unpack that experience a little bit more. because at the time it was like, what are you talking about? Like, but now hearing and seeing and listening to those voices and understanding that like your joy, right, on display in places and spaces where like people are like really struggling and trying to survive and
Mhm.
need to have those hard exteriors in order to just get
Survive.
through, because
Mhm.
I've been through a lot, right? And so I need to shut myself off, and all
Mhm.
of your obnoxious laughter and
Mhm.
happiness is offensive to me,
To me. Mhm.
right? So even, today at, however old I am, you know, seeing and hearing that experience, I can go back and reflect and say, damn, like now I get it. Now I understand. At
Mhm.
the time, it was the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
now I'm like, oh, I
But
see
you
now.
could, I feel like in the hood, you could take a couple of different routes.
Absolutely.
You could take and sometimes you might have to do both.
Right.
And I think I was a person that did both. I was a person that like, fuck it, we're gonna laugh and we're gonna have a good time and shit is funny, right? And then also there is the defensive side, the shutdown side, where you are, friendships, relationships, you're kind of closed off, parts of you are closed off. So like I think there's like two mechanisms, like you laugh at everything, everything is funny, and then you're defensive and you're shut down.
Yeah.
I just what I do remember is that laughing does make you feel good. It does bring
But
joy.
laughing itself
Like
is
to,
also a defense mechanism, right? Like
yes, it
that
is. It can
uncomfortable
be.
laughter, you feel uncomfortable, so you kind of laugh, right? If
Mm-hmm.
something doesn't feel
Like,
right, you
what's
kind
so
of
funny?
giggle. What's so you're like, like you or you smile at times when you shouldn't be.
Uh-huh.
Like someone's telling you something, you're like it's like I think that's a defense mechanism, right? Because sometimes you don't know what to say. Like the only
Mm-hmm.
response you got is to smile or to laugh because you really that's how you able to cope with whatever is being said to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see
I
it.
just chose. I just chose a different.
You chose
Like
laughing.
everything is funny.
I choose violence. No, I'm just kidding. It's just Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones.
It was also good to see
Like, because I'm not gonna
Blige.
engage with you. I understand that you're hurting, but we're not about to fight. We're not fighting. This is ridiculous.
I'm not gonna fight you. So
I'm not gonna fight you. We're not about to scrap. I don't care what's going on in your home situation. We're not doing this.
not me. I'm not the one for that.
You will not be transferring your trauma onto me. That's exactly how I felt like as a 10-year-old. Like I understand times are rough.
Yeah.
Did you ever have one childhood fight?
No, you're not gonna touch me. We're not fighting. Like, I'm not here for it. Fall back. We're not doing this.
Talia, Danny, y'all had childhood fights?
I had one fight. I had
I
one
wasn't
like
gonna
big blow
engage.
up.
Yeah,
I had one big
y'all gonna know the person I had a fight with. Y'all know because she
Ooh.
became my friend, and then Teresa's gonna crack up. I know
Oh.
it's.
Oh,
I
your
know.
friend.
It
Rita.
was yes.
I'm scared of Rita. I've always been scared of Rita. Like back in the 90s, like she's hey bitch. Like what's bitch?
Me? You talking to me? Okay.
What's up, bitch?
Shout out to Rita.
She was so funny.
It was a lot
But I
of fun.
still, even
She's
people
so-
I'm scared of, we weren't going
can't.
to fight. Like we are not doing this. I don't know what kind of barbaric you're into.
But don't you think it's crazy when was it on one of them were like Andre Diddy's like, yeah, here comes this girl. She got a scar under her eye. Like
Yep.
it's just
Mhm.
yeah, very
Yeah.
relatable to the times.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then she got another scar afterwards because something happened. Didn't
Something
her face
happened.
get cut again? I think she
I
has a
don't-
scar
I
on
think-
my
something.
life. there's another scar on my life, isn't there?
I
Really?
think there was
I
something
don't
else
know.
that happened during when she was the Mary, like the Mary that the
Yeah.
singer. I think so.
Yeah, something happened. Yeah. But I was gonna say, how good was it? I don't know why. I think I think of Taraji P. Henson as like the hood correspondent for
I
like
love Taraji.
I don't know.
She
Like I
is,
love
but she
her.
said, but she went to Howard University though too. Like,
Yeah,
she went to Howard,
yeah,
so she's educated in hood at the
yeah.
same
I
time.
like it. I love it's a perfect balance. And I
I
feel
feel it's
like
a good
we need more of
combination.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Yep.
like we need more of that, like on the screen again, so that people can understand that, like, it's not this assimilationist. Like you don't have to put yourself in a box that doesn't fit you to be successful.
Correct.
And
Be
the more
yourself.
that you try to do that, the more you're almost like re-traumatizing yourself. Like just be who you are. Like I feel like Taraji is her authentic self, and I feel like there was no
Yes.
better person to kind of chime in and talk about it. Like I don't know if she and Mary are friends or whatever, but I'm like, yes, I'm here for Taraji being on this
Mm-hmm.
thing, right?
Yep. She's genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For
What
sure.
about Mary talking about her daddy issues and the whole like with her dad disappearing and her relation? I feel like a lot of us go through that. Relatable.
Look, we all
We all got real quiet.
we
We're
all
not
got
going
real
to talk about
quiet.
that right now. Okay.
I think it's like a very common story.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very common. And she talked about how like her dad was her friend. Like she talked about that before,
Mhm.
you know, and she was pretty young
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
when that's what happened. And then she also talked about like the abuse, I guess, that her mom went through, not with her dad, I guess, but with other
Other
people
men,
after
yeah,
that. Yeah.
after that.
Yeah. And that's a tough call,
Common
for her
story.
mom, for any like single mom. Like, how do you know, what do you do? Are you supposed to be alone um until whenever, right?
Yeah.
And you put yourself in these vulnerable situations. I don't know. But she thought she had a point. I guess it was like towards the end when she started talking about love. And she said, like, I wrote it down. She said, whatever you think love is, which is just silly infatuation, is all that you have to go to hold on to, right? It's not just simple or black and white when you think about like leaving, right? I said, well, why you stay? Right? But it's not, and it says no matter what bad happens, you don't want to let this person go because you feel like he validates you or he makes
Mm.
you feel
Mm-hmm.
like he loves you, right? And I think
Mm-hmm.
she's
Mm-hmm.
speaking not just from her own,
Validation.
yeah, not just her own
Mm-hmm.
experience, but also like we talked about with her mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that seeking validation and approval from the outside as a, and she
Mm-hmm.
talked about that, right? The, knowing
Mm-hmm.
inside what success means. And we talked about what qualifies as success maybe like 2 or 3 episodes ago
Yes,
when
we
we were
did.
doing the cards, right? And she opens up the documentary talking about that. So
But it's sad because she was saying how she was successful on the outside and so unhappy on the inside.
right.
But
Mm-hmm.
then at the end of the documentary, she learned to turn that sadness turn into triumph. So I think it's because I can imagine for her like that album that people love so much, it has to be hard. At some point it had to be hard for her to have to perform those songs, to have to constantly repeat the same feelings that she was going
Mm-hmm.
through. But I think what she said she found throughout throughout her story, right, is how to turn that sadness into triumph and into really accepting that success that she had. Because when she first had it, she was sad, which is because I think she also got the the success was quick,
Very
right?
quickly.
Yes,
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that she was young, right? She was young.
Yeah.
B, it was like a whirlwind, right? Because now all of a sudden you're in the projects. Now you're on like, private planes or whatever. Like I just think it happened so fast for her and the finding ways to cope, right? And then she gets in a relationship with someone who has trauma, probably his own trauma, and then he has,
Mhm.
and then there's two traumatic people, two people going through trauma together, and then using outside things to cope, right? Be it
Mhm.
drugs, be it alcohol, they're both probably doing the same thing, and then it's just
Right.
A
And they were
lot
both young.
young in the
young,
music
and then it's
industry.
that young love, right? It's the young love, it's
Mhm.
the image, right? I mean, under the spotlight, right? Because to us, we're like, oh shit, they together, right? Oh, you know, and again, it's that meme. You chose, you know, you chose your bad boys when you chose Jodeci over Boys to Men, like that. That popped up in my head, right? Because they were like the group, right? They were the
Yeah.
bad boy group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just think, and also just trying to, again,
And I
not,
don't think, did anyone just choose Jodeci over
no,
Boyz II Men? It was both,
both.
right?
I choose both. I choose both, and I choose a whole other bunch of boy bands at the time, because there were a lot during that time for us. Mint Condition, Drew Hill, like we had a lot to choose.
Oh, Drew
So it
Hill
wasn't just
sounds
between
good,
them
right?
two.
Tell me what you want.
Just the jump. I just think the jumping.
And,
Tell
and to
me
your point,
the
though,
hop.
like I think when we're out there in the world, like you have to check your energy, because I think a lot of what drew Mary and Casey together was there, like you
Trauma.
see something in
The
that
trauma.
person, and you're like, oh, I could connect with
He
this
understands my
But
pain.
is
He
it-
understands my pain.
Or
right.
I'm used to
Not dealt
this
with
type of personality.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
whether it's good for me or not, I'm used to
Exactly.
this.
It's comfortable. You have to ask yourself, well, why is it comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because
When
Because
you're in love,
be careful.
when you think you're in love, you only
But you
see what
don't
want to
know,
see.
like you
That
don't
line,
know
that line.
at that
You think
age,
you're in love.
like
You
why
don't
you're
know.
drawn to certain people
Right.
or what the mechanisms are behind it. And only in hindsight,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
years like, oh, like I was making some funky
Listen,
choices, or
when I say I was dissecting lyrics, like she really meant that shit when she said, when you think you're in love, you only see what you want to see. That shit is the truth. That shit is the truth.
Yep.
Mhm.
It don't matter what anybody else sees, what
Or
anybody
says, or
says.
nothing. Mm-mm.
It don't matter what you see.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And all I see is me for you and you for me, and we just gonna
That's it.
That's it. We gonna make this work.
And so that type of situation is so volatile, because if everybody is on the same page, y'all could get it together and win
Mhm.
like nobody's business, right? Because
If
you
it's
think about,
healthy.
if it's healthy, right?
If there's a healthy
everybody's
connection.
helping. But if not, oh,
It's
crash
volatile.
and burn, crash and burn, set it on fire. Oh my gosh.
That's why they say, what do they say? Age is wasted on the youth.
Yes.
Or yeah,
Yes.
because
Dumb stuff.
yeah,
You do all dumb stuff in your
All
20s.
dumb stuff.
And
all
hopefully-
dumb stuff.
Hopefully you stop doing dumb stuff before you get your AARP card, right?
I be
That's
trying to
all.
warn my niece and nephew about
That's
listen,
all
not
we
just
can
be
do.
warning my
That's
niece
why-
and nephew about dumb stuff. Don't do dumb stuff that I did. Like even like yesterday, I was in the city and we were at it's called One Trade Center. What's the new name for it? It's not the World Trade. It's One World Center or something. The where the World Trade Center used to be. You see the words are not coming out. And we were there, and I was talking to my friend. I was like, damn, I remember cutting class to go to the World Trade Center, and I remember how fast that elevator shot you up there. And I was like just doing dumb shit. Why am I cutting school going all the way to New York, right? Like just doing stuff like that.
We
But-
spent
So
many
that's
a day in
fun.
the village.
I'm not gonna.
It was fun, but
fun.
irresponsible.
a little bit,
Like if you
because I think when you're
don't
young,
know
you don't
where
see
you
the
are,
dangers. You don't see
it
the
wouldn't even
dangers.
think it.
You don't see the dangers of things like that when you're young, right? You're like, I'm
Right.
going into the city. It is what it is.
Right.
We've spent
Like,
many a
even
full
without
day
telling
at Grace
somebody.
Papayas.
Without telling anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure y'all told me, because this is all news to me. I was in school. Everybody, I was in school. I did not go ride the elevator at the World Trade Center.
And I'm
On a
not
school
sure we
day.
paid for the pad. Didn't we used to jump over the
Jump
thing?
the thing.
Yeah, I don't think we Statue
I
of
was
Liberty.
at school.
Jumped the turnstile. Like,
I
listen,
have.
I was absent from school, but I never jumped the turnstile.
I have.
Listen,
Sharice,
Been
go ahead.
at Journal
Sharice,
Square.
spare your name right
absolutely.
now.
listen.
Just the
I don't even know.
turnstile. I don't know about the
Look,
turnstile.
just the crazy shit we did. Shout out to Peggy. Shout out to Nev. It's today's actually his birthday too. But we cut school. No, we went out one night, right? I don't know where we said we were going. And I don't know. I stayed at Peggy's house. Me and Peggy went into the city. We met up with our friends. I think they went with us. High school friends. This is all high school. Went into the city. Went to some underground club. Came home at 7 a.m. Peggy's dad was up. I don't know what he was up. So we walk in. Peggy's like, just walk in like we came from
Going
the
to work, probably.
No, look, just walk in like we came from the bodega. First of all, we did not have on bodega outfits, but whatever. We walked in like, buenos dias, and just walked right to the room. I'm like, what are we doing?
Did he say anything?
Mm-mm. Peggy's dad was also like older, so I don't think he paid us any money.
He probably didn't
Oh,
want
shout
that
out to
smoke.
Peggy's dad. He
He
used to
probably
teach
didn't
me
feel like
about
dealing
stuff.
with it. You gotta pick your battles with kids. I'm telling you right now, if anybody, like, if you are there, like, going in on your kids about stuff, listen,
Look, I already see a
battle.
hand.
It's not that you don't see it. It's just you don't have time to address.
Exactly.
Like,
Put lotion on your face and Vaseline on your lips every day, a couple times a day, right? I'm gonna say it once. That's it, right? Now
mhm.
your lips are bleeding. Why?
Oh,
They dry. I have the
Too dry.
chapstick battle all the time. You don't want to put chapstick on? Okay, they're your lips. My lips are fine.
Crack lips.
My lips are moisturized because I follow directions.
Every
Mhm.
So, ladies, we need to move it, and folks, we recommend. I hope that we all
Yes.
agree.
Oh yeah, it
that
was a
we
deep
check out-
documentary.
Yeah,
It really
and I would
was.
love to see it drawn out. We were talking about the Aretha Franklin series. I would like to see
Mm.
the Mary series.
Mhm.
Well, at the end, I just wanted there were two things that she said at the end, right? When they had that birthday dinner for her
Mhm.
Mhm.
that I had to write down. The first one was I choose life and I choose the good, and I was like, wow. Because
Mhm.
sometimes there could be a whole lot going on, right? But it's what we focus our energies on
Mhm.
Yes.
is important. And then she said, I'm not gonna let nobody take away my strength or my joy ever again.
Yeah, you
I was
That
like,
part.
wow.
That's a mantra for me right now. Even prior to watching the Mary thing, I said, you're not gonna steal my joy today, tomorrow, or any day. You're not gonna do any of that. Just it's not gonna happen.
Facts.
I was like, So let me write those down. I think I need
And
to
we
keep
don't
those
like,
close by.
it's back. Joy is
No joy stealers over
a
here.
commodity. It's valuable.
It is.
People will try to steal your joy. So I'm not
For
letting it
real.
happen.
Now, and I don't know. And my thing is, are they trying to steal it?
Well, I call it steal your joy, but I think it's just stuff that they're going through and they want to put that on you. And
Yeah.
to me, that's not.
Misery loves company.
It does.
Yeah.
It
Or
does.
maybe misery doesn't know how to come out of its own misery. And
This is true.
And it wants to draw you in.
And it draws people because it
Not
doesn't
even
want to be
draw
alone.
you in. I feel like
Yeah, it wants to draw you in. Like it
I
wants.
tried. I want to be a joy. I want to sparkle joy. I don't want you to be drawn to my misery. Because I'm not saying I'm happy all the time, right?
Nobody is.
Nobody is. But I'm just saying I'd rather choose to be in a
Right.
better mood, right? And I'd rather share joy with you than misery.
Exactly.
Right.
So I don't know. But it's not easy. Easier said than done, right? It's just we're all works in progress.
We all are works in progress. I think if you can minimize the trauma you place on other people, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
I agree.
That would be an ideal situation.
I have to agree with
Because
that.
we all have like issues, right? And if we could minimize the damage that we do to other people, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And be more self-aware that we are, making things uncomfortable for other people. So, give me my space to let me work on me, and I will give you space while I do that.
yeah, and self-awareness, I think. That's the key.
Yeah, self-awareness.
All right, y'all want to do a can we do a Mary versus today?
We sure can.
Sure.
You're all about Mary.
Yeah.
Mary.
I
Have
didn't
my
pick any songs. I was late to the picking of the songs, but I hear that everyone has enough songs for. All right, who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Versus.
Let me get ready to cross off some songs.
I know, right?
I will go first. Let me see.
I'm going second.
I'm going to. You say you're going second. I'm going to start with the My Life album since.
Damn it, Gina. Go
You want me to start with? Okay, I have My Life. I have What's the 411 also. You know what? Never mind. I'll start with Share My World.
Oh, thank you.
So let's see. From Share My World, I picked two that had collaborations on them. So I got I Can Love You with Little Kim.
Oh.
Melly already dancing. She can't even hear it.
I can love you.
And I got Love Is All We Need with Nas.
I'm gonna say I Can Love You.
I Can Love You.
I'm gonna say I Can Love You also. That's my stuff.
That little bell
I
or
told
whatever
you
it
once,
is
I
at the
told you
beginning.
twice.
Talk about devil's music, right? When you hear that, you like, oh, don't.
That's my
All right, so we are unanimous then, because I'm gonna go with I Can Love You too.
Yeah. Then
That's a good one.
She was still
I told you once, I told you twice.
She was
Groupie,
still competing
go
for
to
that
booty
man.
like a groupie.
She was still
On the
competing.
truck heist, get the bonus like Nabouche. In love with you, sister. Days that you say.
It's good. It's a good one.
Yeah, man.
How can you like classic Little Kim?
Yeah, man. We need to do a Little Kim versus.
I know.
Okay. Let's
be on the lookout for that.
Can it be Junior Mafia too?
Season 2.
Can it be her verses in Junior Mafia? It has to be her verses. Some of her verses in Junior.
When I tell y'all see R&D over there. When I tell y'all that Little Kim was Danny's stuff. It was Danny's.
So surprising. Isn't that so surprising?
Danny knew every word, every everything, man. Lil' Kim, come on.
I really did.
Mary Blige, be my witness.
Under pressure.
Under pressure.
For you, die for you, Ruger by the side for you, right hand high for you. Yeah.
Because of you, I'm in
Trilliums.
I can't.
Melly, you going second?
I'm going second.
Hurry
Thank
up.
you, Danny, for doing Share My World. And you didn't pick the Share My World songs that I picked, but I'm not going to Share My World. I'm going to My Life because I felt like my life was my life even though I was a teenager. But I felt like my life, like she was just my life. Even as an adult, my life be my life sometimes, but we're not going to get into that. So I picked from My Life, I'm the Only Woman. I'm the only woman you need.
Ooh, what you putting against that?
Let me tell you, I have 3 because I'm gonna. It's
just
so hard.
do one.
I'm gonna pick one.
Narrow it down.
Damn, I can't even.
Just pick one. Pick one.
You can just do the 3. Don't let
no.
this pressure you.
Just
pick
one.
Do what you want to do.
I'm gonna pick I Love You. On the pretty memories, I know you can feel I love you. I love you. I wish you change your way soon enough. Oh, that's good too.
Why?
So
this was all about it. It just pains me to know all this was about.
Yeah, you don't understand you're in love. Now all we have is memories.
Because she not
You
exploring.
don't understand you're in love. She said you don't understand you're in love. And now all we have is memories. Mary was singing.
But I'm just saying, couldn't she have explored her options?
Now when you think you're in love, you only see what you want to see. You don't. And all I see is you for me. All I see is you for me. That's just how it is, Sharice.
Did y'all see the new video of them singing, Casey and JoJo?
You said it wasn't great because you said you
Oh
were
no!
concerned if
Oh
they
yeah,
had to do a versus.
the doula knows about it.
Yes, she knew about it. Yes.
She knew about it.
You knew.
Is it any good? No.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. Karma is everything.
He needs to right his
Right
wrong.
by me. Y'all know.
I'm gonna go with I'm the only one. I'm gonna go with
Going
that.
with Pretty Memories. That's my stuff. Y'all don't remember we went to that concert.
I remember.
We went to a concert, and when she sang that, I
That's
felt
not
like
the
she
title
was
of the
speaking
song, but
to
I'm
my
gonna let
heart.
you slide because I did that to Luther, so it's okay.
For the record,
Pretty
I
Memories.
love you.
For the record, I love the whole album, but I'm gonna go with I'm the only woman.
I'm the only one.
You'll ever need. I gave my heart to you.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with I'm the only woman too. I have a My Life one too. We'll see where Talia goes with her.
I feel like I know what you because
my life is completely different from Melly's.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's my
I'm
third
not
one.
my life.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go ahead, Talia.
I'm doing remakes. Yeah. So Mary
You
had
better
done,
not do the remix I think you're gonna do.
Mary had done that cover with Jadakiss, and she did the Back to Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she did Let No Man Put Asunder.
Okay.
So what would you choose?
What's the Jadakiss? Remind me of the Jadakiss.
She redid Soul to Soul. Back
The whole
to
thing?
Life. Yeah, they did a cover of it.
And and Jadakiss had a rap in it?
Yeah. Remember?
I don't remember. What album was this?
It wasn't an album. It was like a DJ Clue kind of thing.
Oh, a mix.
Yep.
It definitely was on a Clue mix tape.
Oh, it's definitely the Soul to Soul one. It's definitely Back to Life. I had to find it and definitely.
And listen to it real quick.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as the beat dropped, I remember.
Hear this?
As soon as the beat dropped, I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Back to Life is something special.
Back to Life is something special. Even when Kanye had his chorus singing it on the plane, it's just something about that song. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going with that.
It's something special.
Good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to that today.
What was something special?
Back to
Back to
Life.
Back to Life.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm choosing Back to Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I brought y'all back. Y'all ain't even remember that.
No, I did not.
No,
remember
I
that.
didn't remember.
I remembered, but I was trying to. I remember the Back to Life, not the other one.
No.
Because the other one is so like the original other one is so dope. Like that's the when you be
Surprised to see your
Classic.
suitcase at the door.
Don't you want some more? Yeah, it's good. It's not a perfect love. Got love too good.
Oh,
It's not over
Between you and me.
toxic,
over.
toxic relationships. Out.
Okay.
You go and I'll.
I didn't know you were gonna go.
Yeah, you go and then
All
I'll
right.
go. There
So
you go.
from my life, Mary's Joint
Mm-hmm.
What's
or Be
that
With
song?
You. Mary's Joint is the one that starts, I know that you're just a man, but you're all the man I need.
I know. Yes. That you're
just
the
a
man.
man. But is that why can't we work it out, my
Yes.
baby?
Yes,
Ooh, can we?
Yes, that is Mary's
Every
Joint.
song on the album.
And the other one, every song on that album is like crazy, but Be With You.
I just wanna
Yeah,
be
be.
with you. Nothing else I'd rather.
I just wanna be with you. Is that one?
Oh.
I wanna be
Who's listening to
Intro.
Mary?
wanna be with you,
Yeah.
be with you,
Turn the
be
music
with
up.
you.
You know,
This
Yeah,
was right
man.
here at the beginning.
Yes.
It seems like each and every time I come around, you don't want me. In this beginning, yo, she was really like on it.
I don't know. I haven't picked one yet, and I've been playing with this since yesterday. Okay. I don't know which one.
Danny, that's hard.
Danny, you've
Now,
been
isn't
killing
that
it.
one
You've
the
been
one-
killing it with the verses lately.
She said they were crying on that song too. On the
I think this whole
documentary.
album,
They
this
were
whole
crying.
album, they just
Who
was
was
in the
she
studio
talking to? Who
crying.
was the other guy? It wasn't big. It was the other producer guy. And she said, and they were saying,
Tub, was
oh,
it
was
Tub?
it Bub? And they just
Bub.
held hands and were crying, singing that.
Oh yeah,
song.
that was Big Bub.
Big Bub.
Yeah.
Right?
They said they were crying.
There was a lot of crying
Mhm.
going on with this album.
Yeah.
That one.
That breakdown. You said
Would always stand
stop time. And then the beat come back.
I don't know, but though, even just the way "Be With Me" be with you.
I
rather,
know.
starts off.
Yeah.
Danny, this is hard. But if I'm gonna pick, I'm just gonna do Mary's joint and then move along. And then I'm
Yeah.
that's it.
All right.
Yeah, when
So
we
in that
finish
same, so if I
taping,
have
I'ma
to
go
just
listen
pick,
to
I would go "Be With You."
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know the way it starts off. It just
Mm-hmm.
Ross, you win.
All the songs on my life.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Like, what are you
What
gonna
did
do?
say?
I said the first one,
Mary's joint.
Mary's joint.
Mary's joint. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Right, I think we got time for one more.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
have one.
Yeah, go ahead,
This
Sharice.
is all right. This is my favorite collaboration of hers on there. Love No Limit with Casey.
Ah,
Damn.
loving you.
Love you every day. Don't put
One day we'll release footage of me and Sharice singing that in our cover band. One day.
But again, it's one of those things that you can extend the song for many
Forever
Yeah.
and ever.
hours. Loving you. It's all I wanna do.
Loving you. Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna do Reminisce, the CL Smooth remix. Reminisce on the love we had. Yeah.
I'm gonna do Love No Limit because they were.
Yeah, Love No Limit. They were singing anything. I thought you were gonna do the 2KC song.
Oh no.
Loving you.
No, because it's still
all
Love
I
No
have to
Limit.
do.
It's still, yeah.
I don't
It's-
wanna do anything else.
Reminisce.
Loving you every
Yeah,
day.
Love No Limit.
Love No Limit.
Love No Limit. Yeah.
I love that song. That's like one of my favorite songs. The remix. The remix.
Honorable mention to Every Day It Rains. I can't find it
Ah.
anywhere. I can't
You
find
can't
it.
find it.
I can't
No,
find
it was on. Okay, so remember that documentary that we watched about what's his name, the Russell Simmons
Yeah.
and
What do you mean
Lady.
you can't find
Yeah.
it anywhere?
She produced that movie that song is from. Every Day It Rains.
It's on Apple Music.
The show. It was on the show soundtrack. It was a movie
Oh, that's where
of
it
the
is.
show,
Okay.
and that's where it is.
Okay. The show.
Every Day It Rains. I
Yes.
love Every Day It Rains.
From
Apple
But see,
Music.
that's
Right
why-
up.
Apple Music has it.
Yep.
That goes to depression.
Yes.
Every Day It
Got a
Rains.
cloud over me all the time, and I don't know why it rains. Rains and
Damn.
rains.
Does it rain every day?
If a cloud is there, absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
think it rains every day, but it
My
may.
notebook. My
Your
notebook
perception.
full
your
of Mary
perception
joints.
might-
She said, I am not the one to blame just
Exactly.
because it rains every day. Right? I'm not it's not me.
I'm gonna listen to that again. I'm gonna listen to that today.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
listening
yeah.
to Mary for like the next 3 weeks.
Y'all go
Yeah.
watch that documentary. My life is streaming on Prime Video. It's
It
Yep.
is streaming.
Check it out.
Shout out. Mary, if you're watching, we loved it.
We love you, Mary.
Love you,
Yep.
Mary. Why did I feel like I got a little hair in my mouth? Sorry.
Live your life, girl. Live your life,
Right.
girl.
Ready?
Taking us out today.
I'm taking us out today.
Do you think?
We just want to thank everybody for tuning in. 25 episodes. It's we set a goal and we surpassed that goal. And we just want to thank everyone for listening, for watching, for sharing, for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to all the followers. We're gonna be touching base with you guys during our off season. Working on some exciting things. We're looking forward to, you'll be seeing us on the gram. You'll be seeing us on Facebook. We have some things in store. So again, don't forget during this time that we are on our little break to catch up on the episodes. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. Just catch up. It's a good time. Like we always say, you're going to laugh, you're going to learn, you're going to have a good time. Trying to bring some joy, right? And trying to teach some things and trying to learn some things. You're going to really enjoy it. So I hope that, catch up during this time. And in the meantime, still like, follow, subscribe, and share. Again, thank you for tuning in. We will see you season 2.
This was a great season, y'all ladies.
Yes.
We did this.
We did that. We did that.
We did it. Yes.
We did that. That girl.
Have a good summer. We'll see y'all.
Bye.